We are taking the front end back apart again. Gonna try to build a little heavier front end on it this time. I think we'll probably just take completely loose what I did last time. See if we can make a new steering to go on there that will be a lot heavier. Well, more of the housing has busted out. Alex, turn the wheel back and forth slightly, just a little bit. See how that whole gear is moving in and out, and it's not supposed to move like that. Just back and forth, so it's flopping all over the place. See all around that bolt right there, it's busted out. So it's already broke some more. What I fixed is holding, but more of it is busted out, which is going to cause me to have to, I'm probably just going to make a whole new piece to go on here. See if I can fabricate some kind of thing out of steel that may hold up a little better. Alright, in the last video of me fixing this steering, you saw where this was all busted out. The housing was all busted out. It was basically in there like that. This is also busted out. This is what's causing the problem now. So what I'm going to have to do is replace this piece with some kind of piece of steel or something. This is the piece that goes on the bottom of the steering column, and it has needle bearings in it. And it rides right on this little stem, so I'm going to have to replicate this stem some kind of way. Then this gear right here sets on here and pivots back and forth. But with this bent, or this busted out right here, it causes this to want to ride up like that. It's not holding it down. But this goes in there, and this goes over top of it, which is supposed to hold the gear in place to ride where it's supposed to, but because that's busted out and it's lifted up, it's causing the gear to flop around really bad. So I'm going to see if I can replicate this some kind of way. I may take a piece of flat steel, 1/4 inch or a little bit thicker, and get this angle, which should be the same as this angle on the bottom of this gear right here. Alright, I'm going to use this piece here to replicate this. I've started by grinding the end at the same curvature that this is right here. And it pays to be a hoarder because I found these pieces right here. They are actually the same diameter and thickness as both of these pieces. So they will fit right down in there. And they are exactly the thickness that I need. They're just slightly thicker than what this piece of metal is. So what I'm going to do is I've got measurements from this lip to the center of this hole is 1 7/8 inches, and then to the center of this hole is 4 5/8. So I've put those measurements onto here, 1 7/8 and 4 5/8, and I'll drill 3/8 holes for 3/8 bolts to go through these collars. I got my 3/8 holes drilled in here for these to go on there and bolts to go through. I've cut this piece right here 3 inches long, and I'm going to cut this off to make it as a stem. This is a 1/2 inch stem right here, I'll drill a 1/2 inch hole in here and put this stem through, and I'll cut it off the length that I need it. That piece is still very hot from where I cut it. Actually, this one I have in my hand is pretty hot. I'm going to put this piece under this piece like that and tilt it at the angle that I need. This is on a bit of an angle, that stem. So I'm going to try to get that measurement and the spacing out here and see if I can weld it in place that way. But let me get this cooled off. I'll get it ground around the edges and get my 1/2 inch hole in there where I can get this bolt put in. I've got this piece made that has the stem that this gear rides on. Remember, the steering shaft goes down into this. I figured out what length that needed to be, so then when I put it on here, don't really know how I'm going to hold all this together, but I'm going to try. Probably going to need to just tack it in place. But it's got to be at that angle too. Alright, that's centered there. Not too bad right there. Let me get another little tack on this other side. Seems to be okay. Let me get this taken apart and get it welded up like it needs to be, and I'll do a little test fitting again. This is what my piece looks like so far. I'm gonna weld these pieces on there to give it a bit of a frame. Let me see if I can tack this on here. I don't know if I can hold it all in place or not. Straight up and down. Not quite. Here is the factory piece for the steering that's broke, and this is the steel piece that I made to replicate it. Got to clean it up just a little bit and get some paint on it and set it up there for drilling mounting holes. This is what it looks like in there. I clamped it in place and cycled it back and forth to get exactly where I needed to mount it. So I'm going to go ahead and drill some mounting holes. Probably going to go ahead and put another brace in from down here over to the frame right here, just to give it some more strength. I'm going to get these holes drilled and some bolts put in. Alright, off camera I finished by putting all 4 bolts in there, making a new mounting spot right here. Tied back into the mounting spot that was here. Of course, drilling new holes here and right there. And I also added this brace across here. I welded it in just for more stability. But that's the piece in there. Greased it up really good. Probably going to throw some paint on it. And in later videos, I'll let you know how this does. Thank you for watching this video on the steering refix. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, like and comment, and check out our Facebook page, Kevin's Creations. Thanks for watching.